If I wasn't here, I'd be back out on the street again.
I always felt safe when I was there. I could go sit outside in the middle of the night and not worry about anything.
When I come home, I know there's people around.
There's a place for women to go, feel safe. There's a lot to be said for that. Just to be able to be safe is a wonderful thing.
Drugs, alcohol, substance abuse is rampant in our nation. And we want to devise ways, unique and different ways, to help them. This idea to build an SRO, or single room occupancy for women, come into my mind, and this whole idea for an organization kind of started mushrooming in my brain and my heart. So I thought it through, and the first thing I wanted to start with was housing. An SRO is a very unique project. There's hardly any of them, especially in the state of Iowa. When we started out, nobody could hand me a handbook and go, here you go, here's how you operate an SRO. We had to create one, and then we had to grow, and then we had to change it. I just really felt in my heart that this is something God wanted me to do. And so I had a few friends together, and I drew it out on a napkin in different tiers.
When I see somebody doing something on a napkin, that says to me, this person's brain, her ability to dream, it just goes like grass on fire.
I think I took it before some of the city people and said, this is what I would like to do. And this was in 2005.
I just believe that if anybody could get this done, she might be the one.
In 2006, we started to build, and we finished Mannaseh House in July 1 of 2007. That's when we opened. The name Manasseh actually means to forget. It means to forget your past, because God has given you a new future.
I always thought I was a great person, but I wasn't. I used for 30 years. I had a friend right down the street I would go and hang out, and he would drink and verbally abuse me. But I tolerated it because I could hang out there all day and smoke my weed. Eventually, I saw that I couldn't keep those friendships in my subconscious. I knew I wanted to go somewhere where I wouldn't be alone.
I cooked up at Mount Carmel. I was the night cook up there until I got sick and had a heart attack. And I was so sick. Down to 139 pounds. Which is way too thin for me. I look like death.
People are always like, oh, you were a carny, you got to travel, you got to meet all these different people and everything. No. It's a step above living on the street. I've actually been told by a psychiatrist that he's surprised I'm not dead.
You kind of grow up in this idea that, you know, by this age I'll be done with college, by this age I'll be married, and, you know, have my 2.5 kids with that white house with the white picket fence. But it's just a matter of one day you lose your job and you go through some of your savings just to pay the rent, and all of a sudden you don't have your money to pay your bills, or let alone your rent, and you get evicted. Where do I go from here? And have someone be like, I can help you. You know, there's other people that need a place to stay, maybe not in the same circumstances, and just say, hey, I have something.
When I came back to town in 2009, they had flyers up at different laundromats and stores and stuff about the Vanessa Apartments.
Hey Mom, they're building a building up there, you know. It's supposed to be for women.
I found it on the internet and called them up, and they said they had a place for me.
It's not like being at a treatment center or a halfway house, but it's a home.
There's more of a sense of family and togetherness here.
I like it here. Love the kitchen, love to cook.
When we're in the kitchen, it's all about laughing and joking and just having fun. It's great to have all these different ages and everything, because you feed off of each other.
We employ some of the women that come in under our roof. What a greater employee to have that struggled with homelessness for years, to help someone that comes in that was just currently homeless.
I now have 2 jobs. You know, I work at the shelter. I see when they're out struggling, looking for work and everything, and the day that they come home to even tell me they got a job interview, and to see, you know, the light that glows inside, because you want so much for them to succeed and to be where you're at, because you know there's somebody there that you're gonna touch and you're gonna help and you're gonna empower to make it better in their life. There's a big picture window that fits in the office, and you look through that window and you're happy to say, I'm on the other side.
Each day does get a little bit easier. You know, it's not as hard as the day before. You know, I finally got a little part-time job at a place in the mall.
I just got my 90-day chip, and they're happy for me, and they tell me that I've changed. And they tell me that I'm better than that stuff. And I never thought I was better than that. You know, better to me always meant richer, or, you know, had more opportunities. It's taken me a while to get here, but I'm pretty awesome now that I've got here.
We've got 7 billion people in this world, and that's a lot of folks within that 7 billion that need help. When I look at how far we've come a long way. Do I think we've arrived? No. We're not after changing one life. We reach for the stars. We look at changing generations.